Hey my Pilates people, welcome to my channel Connect and Move. My name is Jessica. I'm really looking forward to today's full body reformer session. A lot of little fun things. We're adding in the magic circle today, so you know this always makes things fun, quote unquote fun. You will also need your box and your reformer, of course. The spring setting to start is gonna be a heavy, medium, and a light. So for my balanced body today, that's gonna be a red, blue, and a green. Red, blue, and a green to start. Buddha is already at the party and waiting for me to lie down so he can climb up all over me. But before we start with footwork, we're gonna be starting seated on your carriage, feet on the floor. And regardless of how high your reformer is, I want you to find a position where you can hook like your calves and or your heels up against the frame, right? So for me, it's gonna be more my calves. If you have a really low reformer, you might have to scoot back and kind of hook your heels or your ankles up against the frame. All right, so you're gonna start with your magic circle seated. Make sure you have your box, your reformer, of course, light, heavy, medium. I think I said that right. And let's get started. Alrighty, so knees are bent. Let's go feet about hip socket distance apart. Again, I want you to feel some type of grounding through your feet and kind of a pulling back through like the back of the legs. So you are like, you're in place, you're not going anywhere. Go ahead and reach the ring out in front of you. All right, maybe about in line with your shoulders, maybe just below. And now you're gonna sit up tall. Think of rooting down through your hip points or hip bones, whichever. Words today, just not happening. All right, take a big breath in. And then on your exhale, I just want you to gently press in on the ring, keeping the lift of your spine. Inhale, release. Exhale, you press. Think of those ribs kind of drawing in and back. And release. Last one like this. Exhale, press. You get taller, collarbones open up a little bit more. And then release. Now on this next one, we're gonna add a little roll back, all right? So as we press, pelvis rolls back first. It leads the way. Keep pushing down through your feet. Roll back to your challenge point and pause. I have to readjust my feet here a little bit. And then roll yourself back up. Again. As the pelvis rolls back, feel like you're pushing the ring away. So my ribs are pulling back, ring is pushing forward, and then roll yourself back up. And I'm trying my hardest to keep my feet firmly planted, but they really want to lift up, all right? Roll away, roll back, and then roll yourself back up. Good, now we're gonna go back and play. So roll back to your challenge point, to where at least some part of your feet is still touching the floor here. Now keep the shape of your spine and now float the arms up a little bit and then lower. And you're just keeping a gentle hug on the ring now. You're not trying to break it, but use the press in on the ring to find a connection to your back, right? And not your neck. For 2. And last one, arms come down and then roll yourself all the way up. All right, so now we're back to that seated tall position. I want you to rotate your upper body to the right and then pause here, all right? Make sure the ring is still somewhat in front of your sternum, right? We haven't gone all the way around with the arms, and then come back through center. We lift and twist to the left, push the ring away. Think of almost rounding into your upper back a little bit, and then back to center. All right, we twist to the right. We lift, 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 and then back through center. We lift and twist to the left. Grow taller, equal weight down through your booty, and then back to center. All right, we twist to the right. Again, keep pushing the ring away and keep pulling the sternum back. And now can you roll back, roll back. So now we're just going back in a twist, and then roll yourself back up. Beautiful, we come through center, we lift and twist to the left. Anybody else feel your shoulders? Roll yourself back. I also have a super heavy steel ring. Why did I buy this? All the way up. Come through center, we lift and twist to the right. We roll back, pelvis leads the way. Pause here. Lift the arms up on the diagonal and then lower them back down. Lift them and lower them. Pelvis is square, upper body is twisted. For 3, and 2. And last one, arms come down, roll yourself up in the twist, come through center, lift and twist to the left. We roll back. We have the arm raises here. And maybe that pinky line could hug in just a little bit more on the ring. A lot of times we forget about it. We have 3. Keep pulling the pelvis back, 2. And last one, arms come down, roll up in the twist, and then square yourself off. I'm gonna scoot a little bit more forward here so I can place the ring between my inner thighs. Now, those of you that are like practically sitting on their floor with your reformers, just find a position where it's not like all hip flexory here. You can always do away with the ring, okay? So feet are planted down. They're trying to go hip socket distance apart. All right, so let's just sit up tall, hands on your thighs, all right? Take a big breath in, and then on your exhale, I want you to squeeze in on the ring. Feel like you're trying to break the ring. And then inhale, release. All right, try to find a sweet spot where it's not super painful. And release. Good. Exhale, squeeze. Think of lifting, lifting, lifting. And then inhale, release. Last one like this. We squeeze. We try to lift up taller, lift up taller. And then release. Now, interlace the webbing of the fingers. Hands go behind the base of your skull. If this is not available for your arms, neck, shoulders, whatever, you can always take your hands in front and just bring the elbows maybe a little bit forward. All right. So otherwise, I want you to think of pushing your head back and up. All right. So there's this tractioning and lifting up through your spine. Now, find a solid hug in on that ring. Okay. Your big toes are connected to the floor. Inner thighs are very much at the party. All right, now we lift and twist to the right. We lift, 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 and then come back through center. Ring doesn't move. It might shake a little bit. I can see my thighs quivering out of the corner of my eye, and back through center. So legs, thighs, hips don't move. Just the upper body is twisting and lifting. We lift, 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 and then back through center. One more time each side. And then back through center. Last one. Pull the ribs back, but push the head back. And then back to center. Take a quick break with the ring. That's quick. And then hug back in on the ring with those inner thighs. Push down through your big toes. And now side bend up and over to the right. Lift that left elbow up. And then back up through center. Good. Up and over to the left. Maybe you squeeze in a little bit more as you go for that side bend. And then back up through center. Again, up and over, lift, 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 and back through center. Whew. Push the head back into those hands or imaginary hands. And then back up. Awesome. Lower the arms down. Release the ring. All right, so you've got your spring set up. Let's go ahead and lie down. All right, lying down on your carriage, make sure that you are centered. We're gonna place the ring on the outside of the ankles. And heels are gonna come onto the foot bar. So wherever you can find a push out on the ring, that's how wide your heels are gonna go. Arms are long and weighted into the mat, so your chest should feel open here. Your tailbone is heavy, right? We're finding that length out through the crown of the head here as well, all right? So I want you to flex your feet, pull your pinky toes back towards your shins, and now driving right through the center of your heels, go ahead and press the carriage all the way out, and then drag it all the way in. So can you still keep that pull out or push out on the ring as we go out and in? So go ahead and press the carriage out, hold here. I want you to look at your toes, look at your feet, and see that they look relatively the same, okay? So meaning we're not rolling out, we're not rolling in here, and then bends the knees, come all the way home. I find personally here, the more I wanna push out wide, I roll out. And so that's why I'm telling you guys to pull your pinky toes back. And that might help to prevent that from happening. Let's do 3. How about you, but I'm already feeling things. And 2. And last one. Pull the carriage in halfway. Your tailbone is heavy. The ribs are heavy as well. Little pulses out an inch and in an inch. And keep firing up through the side body, right? Pushing out on that ring for 3 and 2 and 1. Go all the way out and then resist to come all the way home. All right, now I want you to take the ring and place it in between your ankles. Let's go in between the ankles. Toes are on. There's a little bit of a turnout here, little bit here. Every toe pad is still connected. And now before we even press out, can you already think of there being like magnetic energy between your inner ankle bones? Arms are weighted down. Now press the carriage out. Ooh, can you hug in on that ring? Squeeze the ring to get those legs straight and then come all the way back in. I know it's not the most comfortable on the ankles, so we won't be here long, right? You press it out, feel that zippering up through the inner thighs and then resist back in. Again, press it out, upper thigh bones drawing in, and then all the way back in. Again, press it out. Hug everything in towards your center line and then draw it back in. A couple more times like this. Tailbone is still heavy, so we're not tucking the pelvis, and then drag it back in. So we're trying to keep that little arch in the small of your back while we do this. And for me, as I go out and I find that strong inner thigh connection, it almost feels like my backside is narrowing and the front of my hips are opening while still trying to fight that tuck. So we have 2. And last one. Now bring the carriage in halfway and now just lower the heels and lift the heels. Lower the heels and lift the heels. Again, keep thinking of your inner ankle bones drawing together here, and that'll help keep some tension on the ring. No tension in the neck. Tension on the ring, but not tension on the neck. We have 3. Ooh, feeling things. And 2. And last one, lift the heels up midway, and now press the carriage all the way out, and then resist all the way back in. Nice work. Okay, so make sure your headrest is all the way down, pretty please. Place the ring now in between your thighs, okay? Let's go arches on. Arches on, maybe shoulder width distance apart, somewhere where you can find, again, there's a little bit of a hug on the ring, but nothing crazy to start. So push down into the arms. There's equal weight into your feet. Take a big breath in. And then on your exhale, tilt your pubic bone back to your navel and just find a little booty hover and pause, or a tailbone hover. So my ribs are still weighted down, but my pubic bone is rolling back to my navel here, and I've still got tension on the ring. And then I'm just gonna melt the rest of my spine all the way down and then release the tension on the ring. Let's do that again. Exhale, squeeze in on the ring, little pelvic curl. We pause, hold, 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 and then melt back down. Beautiful. Again, little booty hover. Arms are weighted, chest is open. And now can you press the carriage out and then drag it back in? I'm not going all the way out. I don't think my inner thighs could take it. Inhale takes you out. Exhale pulls you back in. So obviously the further you go out, the more you got to pull in on the ring, right? Don't let the ring push your knees wide. You have 3 and 2. Slow and controlled. Last one. Pull that carriage all the way in and then melt your spine all the way down, down, down. Nice work. All right, take the ring now to the outside of your thighs. Heels come on. Heels come on. Again, they're in a position where you can keep the push out on the ring. So arms are weighted down. Let's do more of a flat back hinge here, all right? So keeping the carriage in, go ahead and drive your hips up to your bridge today and pause. Push wide on the ring. Your chest is still soft. but your pubic bone feels like it's higher than your 2 hip points. And then hinge right back down. Again, pop right back up. And then lower down. Pop up. Lower down for 3, 2, 1. Pop up. Hold, hold, hold. Lower down for 3, 2, 1. Pop right back up. Hold, 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 and lower, lower, lower. We tap right back up. Hold, hold, hold. Lower down for 3, 2, 1, and pop right back up. Now, use your arms here, okay? Could you keep the stability of your pelvis and now try to straighten your left leg out and hold, 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 and then lower it back down. How about the right leg? This is my weaker side. Right leg goes out. It's reaching long. It's still pushing wide. Hold, 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 and then back down. One more time each side. Drive your arms into the mat. Hold, 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 and then back down. Last one. Keep driving the right hip up, right hip up, right hip up, and then down. Hold here with your hips lifted, all right? You're gonna pulse out on that ring for 8, 7, high, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hinge down and then go right back up. Now walk your heels together. So now we're in like a little Pilates V. Heels are still on here, okay? Really work that bottom connection, right? Now pulse out on that ring for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep pushing wide on the ring. Press the carriage out, 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 and then resist back in. All right, you press it out. Heels are still connected, not only to the foot bar, but to one another. All right, inhale takes you out. Exhale pulls you back in. Inhale takes you out. Soften your chest, y'all. Drag it back in. 2 more. And drag it back in. Whoop, boo, boo. Inhale takes you out. Exhale pulls you in. Once you're all the way into the stopper, round down through your spine, roll down, roll down. Awesome work. All right, so let's go toes on, hip socket distance apart to start. And now take the right ball of your foot up into the ring. I want you to try to straighten that right leg as best you can and pull your toes back to your face. Feel that right hip sink down into the mat. And now press the carriage out, all the way out. And then bend the knee, bring the carriage home. We press it out and then drag it back home. Now press the carriage out. Push the foot bar away like crazy with that left leg and keep the sole of your right foot facing up to the ceiling. Bend your right knee like it's gonna go into your shoulder and then straighten it back out. So sole of the foot stays up to the ceiling and then back out. Last one here. Pull the knee into the shoulder and then straighten the leg and then bring the carriage home. Awesome, let's switch sides. Right foot down, toes on, left foot on. Feel like you're trying to connect your left heel to the ceiling right now. Oh, pull the toes back, press the carriage out, and then drag it back home. Push the foot bar away. That's gonna deepen the stretch in the back of the leg. Again, press it out. Oh, this side's way tighter. Now press it all the way out. Think of your right leg drawing down to the floor. And now we bend that left knee like it's gonna come into the shoulder and then back out. Make sure that like this holding onto the ring, you're not pulling with your neck, it's more arms and upper back. Let's do 2. And last one. Oh, I needed that stretch. Bring the carriage all the way home. Alrighty, Let's now roll you up. And we're gonna come to one medium spring. One medium spring. Hi, boo-boo. Turn around, face the end of your carriage. There's a palm's distance behind your booty and the edge of the mat. The ring is just kind of resting on your lap here, okay? All right, you're gonna reach down for your long loops. You need more tension, you go to the short loops. All right, so the best way I know how to get you into this, right? Ring is resting on the on your lap. All right, I'm gonna take my elbows, the inside of my elbows, and I'm gonna hug in on the padded parts of the ring. I'm gonna pick it up. Boom, I'm right here. Okay, so I'll give you a second to kind of readjust if you need. Legs are zipped up, they're crossed if you need, all right? My palms are facing into me, okay? So I'm gonna really think about drawing my elbows in towards one another, and hopefully that should like create this opening in your upper back, okay? So from here, keep the shoulder girdles stable, and now hinge back with the flat back. Hinge back, and then lift yourself all the way up. Ooh. Again, flat back, hinge, and then lift. So what I'm noticing is as I'm going back, my fists want to come in, but my elbows want to come apart. Because I was just thinking, gosh, I'm about to drop this ring, but it's because I'm not connecting. And then up, again. Tiny but mighty. Wow, my shoulders and upper back are on fire right now. Go ahead and lift yourself all the way up. Hold here. Maybe the elbows could lift up just a smidge more. And now pulse in on that ring. Again, think sternum pulling away from the ring. Ribs are pulling back. You're pulsing in with the elbows, not the fists. For 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Awesome. Lower down. Wow. That was good. That was really good. Gotta be honest, I've never done that one before. Okay, so take your legs wide. So the shoulder blocks are in the center, your feet are flexed, and you're hugging your legs into the shoulder blocks. Now, depending on how long or short you are, right? The longer you are, you might have to back up a little bit more so your legs aren't hanging off the edge. If you're petite, right, you've got lots of support. So toes are pulling back. Ring is in between the heels of the hands, and I'm sitting up tall once again. If in order to be here, right, you need to bend the knees, no worries. Either way, think of pinning down through your heels, okay? So I'm gonna sit up tall here, hug in on the ring, float the arms up to wherever you can without going into your neck, and then lower the arms back down, all right? Lift the arms up, and then lower back down. I'm gonna lift the arms up to wherever I can. I'm gonna twist my upper body to the right, squeeze in on the shoulder blocks. And now I'm gonna side bend up and over to the left. I probably should say that. Sorry, I was distracted by my cat here. Up and over, and then lift your waist back up. And then we come through center, we lift and twist to the left. Now I'm gonna side bend up and over to the right. Think of making your top arm longer than your bottom arm, and then lift from the waist to come all the way up. Right? Variation on saw. Up and over to the left. Right arm is reaching up and over. Ribs are pulling back, y'all. Pull those ribs back. And then stack your spine all the way up. Again. Up and over to the right. Top arm is long. Left hip is down. Get it down. And then back up. One more time each side. Check your neck, y'all. Squeeze the ring, pull back through the ribs and the stomach, and then lift yourself back up. Oh, this is tough, but it feels so good. Up and over, both hips are down, pull back through the ribs, and then stack your spine all the way up. Whew, come to center, and then lower the arms down. Good stuff. Okay. We are now gonna come to 2 light springs. So there's lots of options here. I have 2 light springs. If you do not, you can keep with your medium. You can even take your medium and put it on a button. A lot of reformers have this like little notch. It'll give you a little extra spring tension. So long box comes on, and your foot bar is gonna come all the way down. So you're gonna lie down on your stomach. head towards your end of your reformer here. And I'm about mid-chest-ish on the box here. I'm gonna take the ring now, and I'm gonna place it between my ankles. Okay, did that a lot better than the last time I attempted this. So between the ankles in a somewhat comfortable spot, and now straighten the legs back behind you. All right, find a little bit of a turnout, squeeze in on the ring, pubic bone is heavy, all right? Legs are long. I'm gonna pull myself up. Pull myself up. I'm gonna grab onto, for me, obviously I have a tower. A lot of people have your uprights. So, or not your uprights, your risers. Okay, so grab onto whatever you have up here. All right, so if you've got classical, right, this isn't happening. All right, and I'm just gonna let my head hang here. Let my head hang, get a nice shoulder stretch. Allow the shoulders to shrug up into the ears. And now, I want you to lift your chest and head back up to where it just feels like you're in a long line, okay? Legs are active here. My pubic bone, again, is driving down into the box. Now, holding the long line, allow your shoulders to shrug up into your ears and then pull them away from your ears. All right, so we're finding elevation and then depression. Shoulder blades pull down away from the ears. Elevation should feel really good. The depression I find feels really good because it just stretches out my neck. And what I want you to focus on is that stuck side. For me, my left, I feel like it just gets stuck at a point. So I'm thinking of trying to iron that out. For 2 and 1. Now, I want you to find to where you're like 3/4 of the way depressed, right? So we're not like crazy exaggerating it, all right? Now, let the elbows bend narrow and pull yourself up, and then arms go straight. Legs, once again, they're still energized. I almost forgot they were back there. Pull yourself up, and then slowly release. Your pinkies are very much at the party, y'all. Think elbows pulling down to your hips. It's a pull-up. Stomach is trying to like lift up to support the back. We have 2. And last one. Let the arms go straight, and now we're gonna take our grip to the inside. So my palms are now facing out to the sides, all right? And I'm gonna think of pushing my bars wide, all right? I'm gonna do the same row, right? Just with a different grip. Hi, baby. You're making it a lot harder on me standing up on my upper back like this. So push the bars away from one another. You're on my neck, boo-boo. You're on my neck as you go for that row. Once again, we're still hugging in on that ring. Have you dropped it yet? Elbows go wide across the room. Let's do 4. So the elbows going wide is going to help assist to keep a long neck. All right. Let's do 2. Boo-boo, you are like right on my neck, baby. I love you, but my goodness. Last one. Go back to that same grip, or the one that we started with, okay? Let your head hang. Get a little stretch in the shoulders. Lift yourself back up, all right? Now, take your left arm. Just grab onto the shoulder box or the box here. Oh, my chickens. All right, so now we're gonna do that elevation depression with the right arm. So let that shoulder shrug up into your ear. Oh, get a nice good stretch. And now pull the shoulder blade away from the ear. Grip with your pinky, maybe find a little lift of the chest. And then chest lowers down, shoulder blade comes into the ear. So there's a little baby extension here. And then back down. So we should be feeling like some armpit muscles, some side body muscles here. And then back down. Keep those legs energized. They're gonna, right, assist you. And also add, last one, shoulder shrugs up into the air. All right, other side. Grip with your pinkies, right arm wraps around. Get a nice armpit shoulder stretch here. And then heart reaches forward. Shoulder blade draws down. The grip is strong. You need it. On this side, think of making your left leg a little bit longer. Sometimes I find that I really scrunch up on the side. Let's do 3 more. So good for the shoulders here. And 2. And last one. Awesome. Take your hands down to the frame and guide yourself all the way back. Okay? And I'm probably gonna lay here for a couple minutes, but I'm gonna cut all this out so I can figure out how to get him off of me without him scratching me. All right, so we're gonna switch it to a short box, and we're gonna keep the same springs on, okay? Come kneeling here, all right? So I want you to place both forearms onto the box. Can you just give me just a little bit of space here? Just a little bit of space. So if you can, I would love for you to have your elbow, your forearm, and your fist onto the box here. Okay, they should look like a number 11. Don't worry, I'll get out of your way, Buddha. All right, so we're gonna keep the knees bent. Carriage is gonna stay relatively still, okay? Again, lift up through your sternum here. And now, just hover the knees. That's it. Just gonna hover the knees. And while you're here breathing, wondering if I'm counting or what we're gonna do next, I want you to think of shifting more weight into your fists than your elbows right now. As tiny as that may seem, it will start to happen over time, I promise. Holding here for 4, 3, 2, and 1, lower down. Okay, so we're gonna keep the knees bent. And now we're just gonna play with a little weight shift. Weight shift meaning we're gonna try and float one leg up, okay? So again, carriage stays quiet. Push down into your fist, hover the knees. Hold here, okay? So I want you to try to keep square in your body, and now just take your left foot off and hold. And step it back down. Right foot off. And hold. And right now I'm looking down at my knees and I'm seeing, is my hip dipping down? Is my knee falling down? I'm trying to keep my hips and knees in line as I take one foot off. And once I feel like I've got a handle on this, I'm gonna take my gaze back forward. So that way I'm not like completely going into round. Woo! Stuff and things for 3, and 2, and last one, both feet down, both knees down. Yeah, okay. So now, we're gonna try to play around with some press outs, even on these 2 light springs. And, you know, just play around with the leg too. All right, so again, weight into your fists. I know I didn't give you a lot there. So go ahead, hover the knees, press the carriage out. Hold on the out, just hold on the out, and then pull the carriage back in. Press it out, keep lifting up through the upper abdomen, and then pull it back in. Now as you press out, drive your right knee in towards the box, it doesn't have to touch, and then step it back as the carriage comes in. Exhale, drive the left knee in, and then back out. This is you running, drive the knee in, and then step it back. Drive the left knee in, push that carriage away, or the foot back rather. Drive the knee in and back. Let's do 4. Hello, shoulders. And 3. Try to lift the belly off that thigh. 2. Last one. Step it back, lower the knees down. Awesome. Whew. Okay, so we're gonna grab the ring again, and you're gonna come seated on the box on your right hip. My left foot is gonna go underneath the safety strap. Okay, so I like having my right leg bent like this. Some days I like to hook my right foot underneath my thigh. So your top leg, okay, I want it to be straight and I want that foot to be flexed, okay? So I just have the ring on my box here for now. My right hand is on the headrest, okay? So I'm going to bend my bottom elbow, tip myself out, find a nice side bend, and then as I lift up, I'm just gonna give that ring a gentle press, all right? Inhale takes you out, and then exhale, little push on the ring, and then lift back up. Energy out through that top heel, and sides of the neck are long. Last one like this. Little press onto the ring and lift up. Now, can you take that ring and place it on the side of your headrest, okay? Now, if your arm is like, I can't reach that far, you can always bring it in, okay? So now it's up, kind of up against my pegs, okay? So we're gonna do a static hold. Use your top hand if you need, otherwise you can go behind your head, okay? You are long, all right? Lift it up through the ribs, take a big breath in. On your exhale, press it on the ring to get maybe even longer. Inhale, release, don't drop the ring. Exhale, press, lift, grow tall. Inhale, release. Exhale, lift up through those bottom ribs. So try not to let them sag. And then inhale, release. Ho-ho! Exhale, press. And release, chest open, gaze forward. 2 more. Press. And release. Hold. Press. Grow long, shoulders out of the ears. And then let's come all the way up. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side. Right foot under. Boo-boo. Can I have this place? Can I have this space? Pretty please, baby. You can come on behind me. Go behind me. I know, I'm sorry. All right, left hand on the headrest, ring on the box. Right leg is strong and it's lifting up into the strap, all right? I'm gonna bend my bottom elbow, get a nice side bend, nice stretch. And then as I lift back up, I'm gonna press into the ring and hopefully that should kick on those side, the obliques. Ooh, words, what's happening? Lift, feeling rusty today. Inhale as you go out. And then exhale, lift and press. And press, last one here. Think of bending at your bra line if you're wearing one. And then press to lift you up. All right, let's get into this here. Ooh, this is my weaker side. Let's see. Square your chest off. Gaze is forward. We press, 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 and then inhale, release. Exhale, we press. We grow longer, taller, taller, and release. Hips are stacked. A lot of times our hip wants to roll back, so just go ahead and check it. Press, find those bottom armpit muscles, and release. Lift, 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 and release. Oh, this side is way weaker. I am shaking like crazy. Press, press, press. 3 more. You got it. Press, 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 and release. Lift those bottom ribs up, up, up. Last one here, y'all. Reach your head for that wall. And then carefully, carefully come out of it. Wow. That was a good one. That was. We're gonna again stay on this same spring, okay? And we're gonna come standing on our carriage. So box can stay where it's at. You've got your ring with you. And I'm in parallel. Let's do that. I'm in parallel, okay? So all 10 toes are pointing forward. Ring is into the heels of the hands here. All right, I'm gonna reach the ring out in front of me. I'm gonna find a gentle press. I'm gonna feel like my tailbone is dropping down and my pubic bone is slightly forward, all right? Keep the legs straight and now press the carriage out and then hold on the out, okay? It's kind of a heavy spring, maybe a little bit heavier than your medium, right? So I'm gonna really fight this spring. I'm gonna make sure all 10 toes are down, and then I'm gonna lift to come back in, right? We press it out, and then lift to come back in. Good, again, press it out. Good, hold, 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 and then lift to come back in. Good, again, we press it out, hold, 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 and then lift to come back in. Good, last one like this. We press it out, pull those heels apart into that imaginary ring, and then lift to come back in, okay? So now keep the carriage in, and now I want you to squat down, bend into those knees, keep your heels down, keep reaching the ring forward, and then stand back up, all right? If you can, just keep the ring up, all right? Sit those hips back, keep the carriage in. We hold, 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 and then stand back up, all right? Now, if it's available, the ring is gonna lift up a little bit. So think biceps to the ears, it may not be much, and hold, 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 and then come all the way up. All right, it's a little bit harder, should feel it a little bit more into the back. As the arms try to lift, chest might lift a little bit, and then stand all the way back up. Again, come down. Now hold here. Can we do little pulses with the hips? Little pulses with those hips. Toes are still pushing or toes are still connected. Again, forgive me with my words today. For 3, 2, 1, stand all the way up. Arms can lower down. So with this next one, it's gonna take maybe a little bit of finagling on your part. I'm gonna pivot a little bit to the left, okay? So some of my toes might be hanging off, part of my heel might be hanging off on my left foot. My right foot is gonna come back. Okay, so it's on the edge. That way I can hook my foot. Otherwise, I guess maybe you could put it into the box if you don't feel safe here, okay? So my back leg, I'm gonna try to keep it straight. My front knee, my left knee, I'm gonna bend it, all right? So right now, my right knee is gonna have to bend to keep the carriage in. I'm gonna place the ring on my thigh. My hands are gonna come on to the opposite part. My back is gonna stay relatively flat, all right? And now I'm gonna straighten my back leg and hold it there. And I just realized we're gonna try to keep the back leg straight. We're gonna bend and straighten. I don't know why I said that, sorry y'all. So bend the back knee in and then press it out and then pull it back in, right? So the whole time I want you to keep this kind of gentle press in on the ring. That's just gonna help contract the abdominals, just help to stabilize the spine, all right? Press it back and then in. And what I'm thinking about also here is my big ball of the foot really pushing back, all right? And that right there really connects me to the corner of my right butt cheek here. And maybe you can go a little bit deeper into that front hip, right? Meaning squat down a little bit lower. Good, last one. And in. All right, now hold here with me. Can you round your spine? Pull your belly back, right? Sit that hip low if you can, still keeping the hug in on the ring. And now press the carriage back and in. So here, it is very hard for me to get my leg straight, but I'm going that away. I'm trying, right? We only have 8 and 7. Dig through the ball of the foot, y'all. 6, 5, keep rounding. 4, and 3, and 2, and last one, pull it in, and then stand all the way up. Ho, ho, ho. All right, we spin around. I don't know if you can see this, Buddha's pouting in the corner now that I kicked him off the box. Baby, you can have the reformer when I'm done. Okay, so ring is out in front of you, feet are parallel. All right, so legs stay straight. Press the carriage out. We hold. So when we were doing footwork and the ring was on the outside of our ankles, I want you to find that connection here and then lift up through your inner thighs to pull the carriage home. All right, we go out, tailbone stays long, ribs stay in, and then a lift to come back in. Again, think of leading with the outside parts of those heels, and then lift, lift, lift. Again, press it out. Good, hold, hold, hold. Lift up through the inner thighs. Again, 2 more here. Sides of the neck stay long here, y'all. Grow taller, taller, taller. On the last one, think of your head staying on the ceiling, even as you press out. We hold, 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 and then bring it back in. Okay, now carriage stays in, ring just stays reaching forward. And now we sit the hips back, we squat down, and then stand it back up, right? And then back up. Try to keep a tripod connection down through your feet as we do these squats, and then back up. Ooh, I am feeling that back. Squat down, and then a lift back up, right? Just like your stomach massage. And then back up. All right. Ooh, anybody else feeling that back in those shoulders? So come down. Can you now lift the biceps to the ears a little bit more? Maybe the chest lifts too. And then stand it back up. A lot of postural work here. And then back up. You got it. Sit those hips back. And then stand back up. 2 more. Arms lift. How high can you get them without going into your neck, y'all? And then all the way down. My upper back is on fire. Squat down, and now hold here. Little pulses. Drop the arms if you need. Holy cannoli. Little pulses. Go lower, lower, lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it all the way up. All right, we pivot now. So left foot is a little back. Padded part on the thigh. Hands are on the other padded part. So my back is flat. Both knees are bent to start. All right. So from here, we press the carriage back and then bring it back in. Press it back. Little press on that ring. So when we do this press, should be feeling your armpits gliding down the side body. So the neck stays nice and long. This side feels a little bit more awkward. Let's do 4 and 3. Oh, I'm having to really focus on this side. And 2. And the last one, bring the carriage in. We round, tuck your pelvis under, round through your upper back, middle back, and low back. Press in on the ring. We press the carriage out and in. Oh, I can barely move here. If you need, place your hand on that left corner of your seat. Sometimes when I place my hand there, it's like, okay, this is what we should be working here. Obviously along with your right leg and all the other things. Woo! Hang in there. That right kneecap should be kind of just tracking over those second and third toes. Come on, we got 4. Go a little bit lower. 3. And 2. And the last one, bring it all the way in and then carefully stand up if you can. Oh, all right. Step off. Whew. Shaky leg. Okay. All right, so you're gonna place your foot bar back up and everybody's gonna come to one medium spring. Okay, one medium spring, not on a knot, it's just on your regular hook. Let's come seated into a Z sit position here. So for me, my right shin is gonna be up against the shoulder block so I can be facing you to start. My left hand is gonna go onto the foot bar. It's either gonna be in line with my body or just in front, okay, of my body. So go and reach the right arm up to the sky. Think like grounding through both hips, right? Imagine your Cirque du Soleil. And now press the carriage out and then lift up and over. And we're gonna go right for the twist. So twist your body towards the floor. Take both hands to the foot bar. And then maybe your chest drops down between the arms. Right now I'm pushing with my left and pulling with my right. And keep that energy into your arms. And then keep the head down as you kind of slink your body in. You're rolling yourself up, 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 stacking up tall here at the top. Maybe you find like a little baby back bend. And then let your body just kind of fall down as you roll back out. And then same thing, round through the ribs. Push, pull with those arms, roll yourself all the way up. And now I'm gonna take the right arm off, up and over. Right hand comes down to that shoulder block, okay? I'm gonna pull like crazy here. Left arm comes up and over. Go for that nice big side bend. Push down through your legs as well. So I know the knees might wanna come up here, but think of them pushing down. That's gonna help open up your hips. And then come all the way up. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So I'm hooking my left foot around. My shin is pressing up against the shoulder blocks here. Right hand on the left arm up. We press out. We go up and over. Take your time spiraling towards the floor. Both hands come on and go wide. And let your chest fall down if that feels good. And on this side, I'm pulling with my left and pushing with my right. I'm gonna round, if that feels okay, and kind of slink your body in. Some days this feels really good to me, and other days I take more of like a flat spine. Still in the twist though. And slink your body all the way in. All the way in. Again, maybe find that little baby chest opening back bend at the top. I'm gonna take my left arm off. It's gonna go up and around. Find the shoulder block. And right arm goes up and over. Again, think both knees pushing down if that feels okay. And you are done. I really appreciate you today. This was fun for me. There was a lot of things today that I've never done before. So yeah, if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe and please like this video. I appreciate you and I hope to see you again.